And he caught him in the matter of a couple laps. There's some smoke on the racetrack.
Oh, a lot of smoke from somebody in the 16 of Stuart Friesen.
Looked like Friesen got loose off turn 4 and went for a wild ride, and the leaders were fast approaching. You can see just running that high line, Friesen had his 16 truck get away from him. Did a nice job of keeping it out of the inside wall. And you see the leaders there coming up behind him.
He let off the brake at exactly the right time. If he holds the brake, he probably hits the inside wall.
I don't know, Phil.
In the 88 truck as that caution clock winds down now under 7.5 minutes, and right on cue we get a caution as the 07 has gone around. That's Patrick Staropoli.
I don't think he touched anything. It's the 07.
Bush talking about as we see Patrick Staropoli spinning around. Let's look inside Christopher Bell's truck and see if we see, yes, there's the spinning Staropoli up ahead.
Stay up higher. Down on apron. North down, back it down.
Teammate of Elliott, Sadler right there. He found some good laps up top, and we have a caution. The 13's going around, Rick.
Right at Hightower, and the 13 goes around, bringing out the first caution on lap 4. And so as interesting as that first start of this race was, we're going to have a restart very quickly. Hightower in that 13 this week.
Just got loose on corner entry and stayed in the gas all the way around the corner and did a nice job of never hitting anything. But, you know, we talked about dealing with adversity in the first, but now he has a lot of good cars. He's got to get around it. He started in front of them already, but now he's got to go past them because of that, because of the initial start of the race.
And Jeff on the sprint.
Obviously, had a tire going down, had a problem.
To the top 5, currently running 4th. 3 of the 4 championship Ford drivers up front, and we've got a problem with Ryan Reed. He's got a tire down.
Ryan Reed got in the wall in the middle of 3 and 4.
And around he's going to go. And a big hit behind him. The 46 and 51 make contact. Jordan Anderson in the 46. Fire under the hood now. Jordan Anderson got into Jeremy Clements in the 51, and Anderson trying to get out of that car.
He's out. Car's on fire from theater.
So for the 5th time tonight, the caution has come out. It was Ryan Reed who had a tire going down and was trying to get to the inside of the track.
Yeah, so that was on the front stretch, and then this here was the 16 car on the back stretch trying to get back around to get to pit road, loses control because of that flat tire. Behind him, some heavy contact, Rick.
Yeah, the 46 of Jordan Anderson didn't look like he saw the 51 slowing down and got underneath the 51, lifted him off the ground. We saw the 51 get up in the air. And then the flames from underneath the hood.
Most likely that's fuel that was going to the carburetor and just burning that fuel off. Still probably still pumping fuel to the carburetor and just feeding the fire. Ultimately, the engine shuts off and doesn't feed the fire anymore.
It took a while for Jordan Anderson to climb out of that car, but once he did, safety crews to him immediately as they were able to put the fire out. But take a look at this. 51 off the ground. Jordan Anderson wasn't expecting Jeremy Clements to check up as much, apparently, as he was trying to find a line to get by him. And so the 5th time now the caution has come out.
Big impact. He just, like you said, he just did not see the accident, did not see what was going on, and wasn't able to get slowed down in time. Difficult to drive. We've talked about it, how abrasive this racetrack is on tires.
There he goes. Around goes Ray Black Jr. in the 07. With that slide on the front stretch. The caution has come out. Under 10 laps to go and a restart. Crew chief, do you come to pit road for tires?
Absolutely.
Junior in the 07. Coming off turn 4.
And he's really loose already before he even gets to the corner exit. This sets up Pressure on the pit crews, pressure on the crew chiefs. Well before the restart, who's going to pit? Who's going to do 2? Who's going to do 4?
From what we understand.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh, they come into the restart zone. Kyle Larson, the outside. Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good go down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19. And the caution comes back out again.
That is exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do. Big fire of the 78. But that is what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, the wreck isn't what we thought. Martin Truex Jr. needs to get out of this race car.
Very aggressive on the restart. The flames rolling out from underneath the hood of the 78. Red flag comes out. Martin Truex Jr. is out of the car. Huge contact for the 19 of Carl Edwards. First it was the inside wall, then he was hit by another car.
The 22 gets a big run. Carl sees him coming. He goes to block. 22 does not slow up, stays in the throttle. Big wreck.
And the 22 really ended up getting a lot better out of that situation because it looked as though Brad Keselowski laid completely off of him, the 22's teammate.
Well, he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want anything to do with the accident or the championship battle. But you see the 48's blocking the 2 to the bottom.
And listen, if you're a Carl Edwards fan, you're upset at Joey Logano. If you're a Joey Logano fan, you're upset at Carl Edwards. That right there is Joey Logano being aggressive, making a very, very aggressive move, but he got a good restart. Carl Edwards had a very good restart. Joey did everything right. Carl Edwards doesn't block. He's 3 wide, in the middle, getting into turn 1. His opportunity to win a championship is definitely less in that scenario. So, an aggressive move by Logano, but in my eyes, he did everything he was supposed to do, trying to win a race and win a championship.
I mean, this is what's on the line. 4 drivers, an entire season, a championship. Neither Joey Logano nor Carl Edwards have ever won a championship.
Really, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch, of the 2 championship contenders remaining out on the track. Actually, Joey Logano's still out there, but will have a little bit of damage to the car. But those 2 benefit the most from this because they were able to get through.
What a big impact.
Huge.
To be honest, I've been focused so much on that restart, I didn't realize the degree of that impact.
Let's ride along with Joey Logano.
So you hear Joey Logano. He's to the inside. It gets to a point that the 19's pulled on. He's out of the gas. He's not
with me on this. Normally it's a ride. It was a wild ride for the 19. After an incredible race, it ends 10 laps too soon.
Times once was our mistake early, and then Harvick's mistake after that, and it's unfortunate. We had a really good race car tonight, and nothing to show for it. So it's 2 weeks in a row, and frustrated. So glad this year's over, and we'll go to regroup and get ready for next year.
Thank you, Martin. Carl.
And the 5 of the 19 also were released from the infield care center. So Casey Kane and Carl Edwards, and I believe Kelly trying to get by the 4 now to put a gap between himself and the 4. Here comes the 22. Around goes the 17. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. slides into the inside wall. Caution still not out. As they come out of turn number 4, caution now will come out.
Caution's out. Crash. Safe.
Double restart. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with damage on the back straightaway, obviously. Joey Logano with a really good restart.
Take a look at what happened to Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
See, they're 3 wide, and he was on the very bottom of the racetrack in a really bad position. Less banking down there than on the top of the racetrack. Cars on the outside and pulling the air off his rear spoiler, and it just comes around on him. NASCAR tried to not throw this caution. You see right here, it just spins around. They tried to let this thing just continue on, but not throwing a caution. But this damage right here and him not being able to get moving as quickly as they thought he needed to, they ended up throwing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that 17 can do here, but what a restart by Joey Logano and this 22 team.
And when does the caution come out? And where are they going to